Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave. I know it's been a minute. I had some stuff going on. I had to get some things back in order. Got some changes coming around soon. That sounds a lot more serious than it is, but just some small stuff, man. But it's good to be back. Good to be back. I'm here, about to talk about the latest. The biggest film right now, honestly, like the one of the highest grossing films of the decade, horror wise. This film was just climbing up the ranks and getting so many accolades right now. The acclaimed film Sinners. I was trying to think if I wanted to introduce it any other way, but Sinners. We're gonna be talking about Sinners right now. And as you see, I'm joined here by BEPB. Say what up to people, B.
Hola, hello.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Twitch is where we still do the Live BrickWall podcast.
Which will be
Um,
on
Now on Sunday nights.
Monday night. So that means tonight.
Yes, that means tonight at the time of this recording, the Live BrickWall podcast will be live over there on Twitch or something. So just stay tuned for that. But all right, enough shamelessly plugging our own products. Let's start talking about Sinners. So Sinners, this is the film that came out March. What was that? March. What day was that? No, not March. April. It was April what? I know, my bad. I don't know why I'm thinking March, because I always thought this movie was coming out in March anyway, but it's April. All right, April what?
April 14th?
April 14th?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, so this film was released April 14th. It was just about a week ago. About a week ago. Hey. This stars Michael B. Jordan in a dual role as twins, Smoke and Stack. You have I don't have the cast list in front of me, so usually I have all access to that information, but part of one of the changes that we're making is that I currently don't have that information in front of me right now at this moment. But Haley Steinfeld is in this. Dang it. Who else is in this movie?
Steinfeld, Michael B. Jordan, Lee Jun Lee. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Wunmi Mosaku. We have Omar Benson Miller, Jamie Lawson, Delroy Lindo, Miles Catan, Jack O'Connell.
And
a bunch of other people. Buddy Guy, shout out to him.
Oh yeah, shout out to Buddy Guy in this movie, in the part that you gotta stick around and watch. So that's pretty much the cast of the movie. This movie follows the Smokestack twins, as they're called. And they go back to their hometown of, was it Mississippi, right? I forgot the backdrop of this, y'all. My bad. But
was it?
Yeah. So anyway, it was in the South.
Was it? Yes, it was Mississippi.
Oh, it was Mississippi. Bad. I knew my knowledge. So they go back to their hometown, Mississippi, to open up a juke joint for African Americans, because this is set like around like the Jim Crow in the slavery type era. We still had the Negroes out there picking cotton on plantations and everything, but it was kind of like towards I guess the end of that era. Would you say the end of that era, B?
I would say the end of that era, where they say the one line, the Klan is not alive anymore, but then you could definitely see the segregation when they went to the I don't want to jump too far ahead, but when they were in town, you could definitely see the segregation.
Yeah.
These people was out here still picking cotton, so I mean, I guess so.
Okay, so okay, because they did have, like you just mentioned, they did have like towns and thriving with things like that. So yeah, at the end of the whole cotton picking era. So cotton picking era. So they go to open up this juke joint. to be like a place where they can come and relax and celebrate and party and stuff like that. And
And to own as two free black men.
yeah, and owned as two free black men. Um, but soon after they open, literally the night that they open, some very creepy things start to happen, and some very um, strange visitors come to you know
Wait a minute.
disrupt the festivities.
It is April 27th. This film has been out since April 18th or the 17th if you saw the advanced screening the night before. If they have not seen to where you don't have to put little, oh, these nefarious people.
All right, so it sounds like to me that you're saying that this is now officially a spoiler review.
Yes, it should be because it has been out. It's given the 10-day grace period.
Yes, right. You're right. You're right. We did. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, understand this. From this point forward, this is a spoiler review for Sinners. Spoiler review, which means if you somehow have not yet seen Sinners, well, let me not say somehow because I know some people still hadn't seen it yet. But if you have not seen Sinners yet, you need to go see that movie before you watch this review, unless you do not mind spoilers, then watch it. And then even when you see the movie, come back here to hear our thoughts about this movie with all the context of the film so that you can feel as engaged as we feel right now. All right, so final warning, spoiler review ahead. Man. All right, and 3, 2, 1. At the end of this movie, Thanos shows up and they connected to the Marvel Universe, and it is now a Blade prequel movie. Yo, best
Blade is
setup
the
in the
ringleader.
MCU. Marvel is back. Marvel is back. Okay, no, but seriously. So now since we're talking spoilers, then where was I? Because now I'll go back and I'll actually be straightforward about what's going on. So the Smokestack Twins, they opened up a juke joint down there in Mississippi for fellow African Americans coming around, owned by free black men, all that good stuff. Um,
Uh-huh.
so what ends up happening is that the young boy that was playing the guitar, he's like their cousin.
Yep.
His name is Sammy. So
Yep.
Sammy was playing at the juke joint. He was playing he was doing his song there, which was a really good song. And we'll talk about the music actually once we run down this whole little plot real
Oh.
quick. So yeah, Sammy, he attracts the vampires. Um led by, I forgot the main one's name. I do apologize, y'all, because I got this in front of me. But yeah, I was going to thought.
His name was Remick.
Remick, yes. All right, so Remick. So Sammy attracts Remick with the music, and Remick has a plan to turn everybody in that juke joint into a vampire so that he can take over because he wants to mainly use Sammy's musical abilities to connect with his ancestors, Remick,
Mm-hmm.
so that Remick can connect with his own ancestors. And what his plan was after that, I don't know. Like, was it going to be some type of wild take over the world shit? I don't know. It kind of sounded like it. If I'm not mistaken, would I be wrong in thinking that was a take over the world type of thing?
Well, he was trying to. What it seemed like was he was trying to bring someone to him. I guess maybe whoever created him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe to take over that part of the world because where did he even come from? So some of the backstory of where he came from was a little needed some more filling in because you just have
Mm-hmm.
this random burning white man pop up, and then where did he come from? It was daytime when he was coming, or it was daytime when he was running from wherever. Like where did that lead up to?
Right, and the Native Americans were chasing after him too. The what was it,
Right,
Choctaw tribe?
Choctaw.
Choctaw. My bad. I apologize. I apologize. Native Americans. I apologize.
So because like even before going to the juke joint and having Sammy singing, there was a couple like little pieces that came up, like the part with the Choctaws, which, correct me if I'm wrong, that came in after they had already started setting up the juke joint and got all their friends together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because it was like a cut scene, and then you just see him running up to this other family's house, well, this family house,
Hmm.
and then the Choctaw came. Like they knew what was going on, and they was like, "All right, listen, y'all need to get him up out the house, but we're leaving, like we're going home." So
Yeah, and they did. So that's one thing that I do like about this movie. Because you say a lot that I do agree with. Well, that is a lot to be said about. But yeah, nah. It was interesting how you get little hints of Remic's backstory, but you don't really know all the details. Even when other parts come up that we'll touch on later, it's still like you can't really piece it all together. And one of the things I was saying when we saw this, and even when I saw this, 'cause I saw it twice. Saw it in
mm-hmm.
two different formats, and we'll talk about formatting in a bit too. But one thing that I noticed both times I watched is that I walked away from this movie thinking, wow, they really have ripe potential to franchise the hell out of this. Because what was the Choctaw experience with Rennick, right?
Right,
Where did Rennick come from? What did the Smokehouse Twins, what were they like before any of this? Or, what did
right,
they do when they were in Chicago? Like, it's so much, so many
and
different.
they give a little backstory as to what they were doing in Chicago, but still, it was like everything just kind of like popped on. There was no build up. It just happened.
Right. Right. And that's the thing, like, what seeing how this universe could expand and does it still keep the supernatural element of it when it does expand or if it does expand. Right?
Right.
Like that's something I thought about with this movie. But kind of reeling it back into the film at hand. Um, so yeah, but basically they have to figure out how to survive the night. That's really what it is. It's like a survive the night type of ordeal. Which is very interesting. One of the things that I did appreciate about this film is that you got to spend enough time with the characters before the big thing happens. Which at first I was like, man, this is, and it's really cool because that story is engaging. It's not just you're sitting there watching people have conversations, watching exposition, da da da. Like Ryan Coogler, I gotta give this to him. Ryan Coogler had a way of making this interesting, making it appealing, and kind of making it very easy to get invested in
Oh
because
yeah.
this first half of the story it doesn't really do much. It's just a lot of setup, but you don't even get like the once the supernatural element starts, the part where Rennick just falls out of the sky out of nowhere. Once that happens, that's when the supernatural shit really pops off heavy.
Oh, definitely.
Like you get little hints and little itty bitty peaks and gathers, but it's really just mostly about like you can say this is any type of movie in the beginning. You could think that you're about to go in for a western or some type of heist film or something. I don't know, like some I don't know. You could think you're about to go in for any type of film, and then it hits this pivot to turn into a vampire movie, which is very interesting. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, though, B?
Which part?
Just the fact that this movie, like with the whole beginning and all of it being set up and stuff like that.
So it did. It was kind of interesting how it started out as these two brothers coming up and they're buying the juke joint place. Or no, it doesn't start like that, or it starts with the cousin.
It starts with the cousin, like the very beginning with the cousin walking into the church.
No, 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 no. Before it gets to Smoke and Stack, it starts off with him, the cousin going up to the church to get his guitar, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So if you don't know the backstory of what the actual thing is about, you might think it's just about a musician. And then the fact that his cousins came in and they have the juke joint, you're like, okay, this is one of those type of films. Because honestly, when I saw the visuals beforehand, I did think it was one of those kind of films, like Color Purple type situation.
Hmm.
So it was very interesting
Yeah.
when after everything was like established and they got like all their friends and everything was going good, then comes Remick just popping up out of nowhere. And then
Hmm.
it's like, oh, okay, this is not one of those type of films. This is actually something very interesting.
Right. Yeah, and the movie does a good job at really kind of getting you comfortably engaged in what happens in the second half when the vampires come along into the film and all that. Um, let's see, where do we go from here?
Who
Let's talk about oh, you got go ahead.
I would say, so knowing that the whole vampire, and if you've already seen Sinners and you know everything that happened, do you feel that it was Annie's fault or Cornbread's fault?
That the vampires that got in?
Yes, that everything just popped off the way it did.
Um, it was definitely Haley Steinfeld's character's fault.
Hmm.
That's what I think. Because what her so okay, and this will be a good time to start talking about the characters in the movie too. So we talked about the movie's about. We talked about some of the things we liked about the film in terms of the story being engaging. But let's talk about really what's the bread and butter of this film, and that is the characters. That is the performances by these actors and actresses who really do such an amazing job. And that's just a testament to Ryan Coogler just being able to direct his ass off. Like
Right.
he's damn good at what he does. Um, so Michael B. Jordan, of course, gives a really great performance as both Smoke and Stack. They're
Mm-hmm.
twins. Um, and of course, Michael B. Jordan is not an actual twin. Um,
Oh, he's
but
not.
no, B, he's actually not.
I'm
Just like
so
Will Smith and the Fresh
confused.
Prince are not two different people.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Mind blown.
Superman. but so yeah, but yeah, them playing twins and stuff like well, him playing the twins, it was very interesting. He played at first, so at first I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't even know the twins had names. I just thought they was calling them the twins. Um,
That's
that
funny because
when
they
I
actually
first saw
have
it,
real
that went
names.
right over my head. Like I couldn't tell, but again, I'll talk to you about my viewing experience in a second. Um, So yeah, he plays both of them very differently. Like they have the same general demeanor, but the
Right.
way that he plays each one of them is different, but it's different enough to be like it's not too different, but it's not too similar.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of see how they are twins, how they do share some of the same mannerisms, how they do share some of the same, you know, um, speech patterns. But what I liked the flavor that they added to it was that Smoke is like this militant, hot head, not hot headed, but like um, how would
He's
you say
he's
it? How would
more
you
of
say that?
a do first, ask questions later.
Yeah, he's more serious with what he does,
You said
and
smoke or stack?
yeah, Smoke.
Okay, yeah, smoke is more. Not no, that's stack. That's more of a do first, ask questions later. Smoke is more methodical, more thought provoking of what
Hmm.
he's going to of his actions type thing.
Right. He's the opposite. He's like acts first, and then
Yeah.
yeah, ask first, then act later type thing. Like once I got this information, like he's very tactical. Um,
Right.
and like B said, Stack is more, he's just more quick. He's more quick headed. He's more hot headed a little bit.
Always has to have his back looked out for by his
Yeah,
mother.
he's very eccentric. Um, and you can see that he is very much the type of person that would be prone to let something slide and get into a heap of trouble.
Right.
One of those heaps of troubles actually shows up in the film in the form of Haley Steinfeld's character.
Mm-hmm.
She does an amazing job. Um, to the point where I still have to sit back and figure out if she is in real life a quarter black or something.
No,
Because no, she's not.
I don't believe so.
Okay, so that like she did a really good performance. I'm not gonna hold you. I liked her character. Her character had a lot of sass. The way Haley Steinfeld did that performance and everything, she really brought a lot to that character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that I don't know if many actresses could have done that. And I'll keep it real. Like this was a good role for Haley Steinfeld, and I didn't even think she was gonna be that good in this.
Mm-hmm. And Haley Steinfeld is 100% American. Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
And that's the facts, boy. B.
Okay, she's American. She's American.
Well, we solved
Sorry.
that mystery. Let's see. B, can you name off the rest of the cast and characters? Because again, I don't have this information in front of me. I can't use it. But hey,
All right.
listen. While she's looking up that information, just remember the best way to find out what we got in store and all the changes we're gonna make is to make sure you subscribe and all that good
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and keep checking out our videos. All right, so B, you got that information?
Yeah, so Hallie Steinfeld's character was named Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Jun Lee was Grace Chow. Um,
Let's stop. Let's stop there and talk a little bit about Grace. What do you think of her character?
um, I actually liked her character until she did what she did.
Mm.
And I'm just like, come on, Grace. Like,
So I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't really. I understood why Grace did what she did. I
okay,
completely understood. Like,
no, you
I
can
do.
wait
I
till the
wish she
daytime.
didn't do it. Yes, I absolutely wish she did not do that dumb shit. I wish they could have knocked her out before she did it. But I get it. And
I'm,
the only reason I give her a pass too is because she went out like a fucking gangster. She was
she
on
did, she did,
fire,
she did that.
determined to stab that man through that chest, and did not
And
stop until she stabbed that damn stake through that thing heart.
yeah,
Man,
hmm
I saw that. I was like, damn, she going out like a G.
yeah, she definitely. I mean, she
She
redeemed herself in that instance, maybe, but come on, girl, he was already going. He was going when you came to the door and told you come outside. Okay, he was going. Yes, they said they was going to go get your daughter, but if you kept them there long enough, they wasn't getting nobody.
hell yeah. That's it. We got a
I'm like,
comment uh right here from
uh-huh.
Rod H. Say he just got out of the movie. Yo, what did you think? What did you think? Now tell me what you thought.
And did you
Um,
watch both post credit scenes?
oh yeah, did you watch both post credit scenes? Ah, wow, what was I trying to say?
I don't
Um,
know, but
I don't know either.
eventually,
Then Brown Baldy says straight up, Remick was the lesser of the two evils in the film. At least with the
that
vampires,
part,
they don't discriminate.
that part,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
was ready to take on everybody.
yeah. Because I ain't gonna hold you, Remick. If Remick wasn't such an asshole about it, I would have kind of sided with him. Like, yeah, y'all get turned into some vampires. Why not? It'll help y'all fight the
And
fight.
he also was able to let them know that the Klan was really coming to get them anyway, which I think they already knew because they was ready for it. He said basically from when he asked, "This floor was clean recently," and he said, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Oh well." When he tried to like approach them and test them, of basically trying to say like, "What you boys going to do in here?" kind of thing, and he's like, "I
Mm-hmm.
don't see any boys. I see men." I already knew what it was. Remick actually told them and gave them a heads up, like they was coming here to kill y'all anyway. You might as well join us.
Right. Um, that's my bro in the comments. What's going on, bro? It's my LB in the comments. Shout out, Keyshawn. Um, it was good, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. It was dope. Did you see it in IMAX or did you just see it regular? Let me know how y'all saw this movie in the comments down below. Let me know how y'all saw the movie. Did y'all see it in IMAX? Y'all see it RPX? What format did you see it in? Because the format's important, and we'll get there in a second. But let's double back to these characters real quick. Um,
Oh wait, and another question: did you guys watch that Ryan Coogler breakdown of how to watch it per screen before you watched it? If you saw it in IMAX or RPX, I know that was a
oh
lot.
yeah. Let us know all that stuff too, because it's very interesting. Because that's how I decided to really look at part. We'll talk about that. Yeah, I was saying about Grace that I get where she was coming from. She went out like a G. That's all I'd say about her. We started talking about Remick. Who played Remick?
That was, give me one second. Who played Remick was Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell. So I will say Jack O'Connell did a good job. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything before, but this was a good, big role. He did play that character pretty damn good. I liked his delivery on Sammy. He's a Sammy. Sammy.
So,
Sammy. I thought that was funny. I don't know, just that was something I laughed at. But he did play it with a. I liked how he portrayed it because it was like mischievous, but at the same time, like
mhm.
you could
So,
tell that you could see like there were layers to Reddick, and that's what I like. Like you can see like there was pain inside. He's hurt. He doesn't want to be there, but if he's there, he's gonna be murderous. But maybe he wasn't always like that. Like you can
mhm,
see kind of like there's layers to that character, and
right,
for an audience member to be able to tell that there are layers to a character just based off of one performance, no information, all the information you're given is in the movie, and you're just simply watching the performance. And to sit there and be like, "Wow, that's a layered character," because it's something just not. He's just not pure evil just for the sake of it. Like something happened.
right.
So and I think that's a testament to the performer, the writing, the directing. I really enjoy that. So I did enjoy his performance in the movie. What about you?
Yeah, I appreciated his performance in the movie. Um, I just really wish that he would have had more backstory, not just like popped up. Because I would like to see. Because at first, when he came up to the door, he was kind of had a story of, oh, I tried and they killed everything, or they killed all his people. So I'm like, the pain that he had. Maybe he was just trying to find another family. Maybe he had his other vampire family with him, and the Choctaw actually killed them, and he was trying to get away. So it would have been interesting to me to give more depth to his character.
Right.
But I think he did a good job.
Yeah, he did. And you say more depth to the character. I say spin-offs, like extensions, like
Right.
I can see them doing it. Like, I'm sorry, like I've never like if any movie was ripe for franchise and all the pieces are right there, it's Sinners. Like you don't even gotta try hard. You say, oh, this character needed a backstory, this character needed a backstory, these characters need a backstory, these characters need a spin-off, and that character needs a backstory. And that's it. That's really all you gotta do. Just point. That's it. And that's how rich this world is. I say that as a joke, but about the expansions and stuff like that. But in all honesty, like this is an easy franchise. This is an easy IP
Oh yeah, and could
because
definitely
all the
have other
pieces were
things.
sagging.
Definitely have other like spin-offs from it.
Mm-hmm. Like yeah, this Sinners can be a big franchise. Like big. And that's very interesting because this is like this is an original film, an original concept by Ryan Coogler, and for him to create this world like this with something that he created just from no outside influence, no previous IP, nothing else
Right.
around it. Just like this is his brain came up with this concept, and then has it just feel so organically fleshed out.
Right.
That's amazing. He's amazing. Like amazing storytelling. Amazing storytelling. That's amazing. I know I just gassed this film up. Um, but that's a testament how good I think it, how good that film is. We talked briefly about. Do you want to go to music, or you want to talk about the aspect ratios and stuff?
About the aspect ratios.
Yeah.
Can we just like save the music for last? Because I think that was one of the finer points.
Okay, cool. So the aspect ratios. Let's talk about this one real quick. So Ryan Coogler did put out a video that kind of gave where he kind of explained the different ways you can watch this movie, whether it's an IMAX, RPX, your standard screen, your 4DX, your IMAX 7,000 inch screen with the shaking chairs, the 4DX with the all that good stuff. Yeah, so he gave a breakdown of what each viewing experience was and what it offered, and he had his preference of the perfect way to see the movie, and I definitely think that video. I know for me, it made me look at what format I wanted to see in differently because without that video, without him doing that video, I would have probably just saw it in the standard just to save money and you know what I'm saying because it's just like all right, well it's just the movie. I'm gonna go ahead and see
Just
it,
to
and
save
it's
money.
probably gonna be good regardless. But with that video, I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to see this, I guess I'm willing to shell out the extra dollar to see what this man was talking about for real.
Right. Oh yeah, if you're definitely watching that ahead of time, um, I kind of I looked out for stuff in the film, seeing it in IMAX, even though I didn't see it in the standard view. But I looked out for what he was talking about as as the ratio of film to actual screen, and I think it would have been lacking if some of the background wasn't in there because it was like the visuals would have been less if we didn't see it in such a big screen.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the screen is just one part because he did talk about the sound. And
Mm-hmm.
I can confirm because I saw this in RPX and I saw it in IMAX. I can confirm that seeing this movie in IMAX, the sound design is so fucking beautiful. Like there was the one
Wow.
scene where
When
Evelyn,
they was
that,
in
that
the
was her
Jeep.
name, right?
Who?
The Asian lady.
Grace?
Grace. I don't know why I said Evelyn. What was I thinking about?
Oh no, you weren't
I
thinking
said I
about
was straight
Evelyn
faced
dad.
too. Well, Grace, my bad. When Grace was walking through the town, and it's a tracking shot, which is just a continuous shot. You just follow one action through the entire scene, or for as long as you want the scene to go on, you just follow one action.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a tracking shot of Grace walking through the town to the store where her daughter was working in.
No,
Um,
opposite. Opposite. It was the daughter walking.
oh, it was the daughter walk. Yeah, okay, it was the daughter walking to get
Mm-hmm.
Grace. And while she's walking through the town, the sound in there, like I heard, it sounded like people was having conversations behind me, but then I realized that was the movie. That was the sound. You can hear so many things going on throughout the town.
Mm-hmm.
People talking, people mumbling, horses, carriages, all that. You can hear all of it. It felt so immersive. And then that was one of the times when the aspect ratio changed. So it's like I felt like I was in that town. That movie felt so much larger than me. And I was like, for the first time I've ever seen a movie, I sat there and I said, be as my witness. I sat there, I said, this movie is gonna get an award for sound design.
It
Because
should.
this is important. Like I've never noticed sound design before, and I watch movies all the time. This made me really pay attention, like, yo, they made like that was incredible. So and come on, like the viewing experiences, like I said, the IMAX really does add that extra pop to it. The bigger the screen, the bigger the capability of the picture quality and the sound quality, the
Mm-hmm.
better.
So, like I said, I only saw it in IMAX. I didn't see it in standard. But when the one scene when they were actually in the juke joint and Sammy was singing and it started like bridging the gap between the centuries of music, you could clearly just hear everything, every different music style. You could feel the energy from the scene, from the shot of what they was doing. That was just like one of the more amazing shots. And then I love the part at towards the end when you see the building basically burned down and everybody is still just enjoying themselves and dancing and listening to the music and feeling it in their spirit. And off in the distance, you see the vampires just watching. And if you see Remick's
Mhm.
face, he just looked so in awe of what he was hearing. Like he could feel what they was feeling.
Yeah, and it's definitely scenes like that that really do like that juke joint scene is honestly it's gonna go down as one of the greatest scenes
Mm-hmm.
in black media, let alone cinema. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? Like,
sidebar. I've been
huh?
seeing people sidebar. I've been seeing people make pictures, like painting kind of that scene, which is kind of like the picture that you see on was it Good Times
Yeah.
when it first comes up? Is that Good Times with that the picture of everybody dancing in the club or
No,
whatever?
that's good times, and the artist's name is escaping me, and I'm so upset because I did like a whole project on this artist, and I'm very familiar with their work, and then the name is like escaping me. It's really making me upset right now.
But they're making that scene like the painting.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, no, those look really cool. Like it's a lot of yeah, that juke joint scene, man. That thing is that that was one hell of a scene. Again, I can confirm that in IMAX you do hear more of the music and more of the like B, you got for your first time seeing that movie, you did get a superior viewing experience. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I wish I could have experienced that movie and it felt like I was experiencing it for the first time, honestly, mostly because when I saw it the first time, story time, I got me and my brother got our tickets. We were supposed to sit in the rows that it was up some. It wasn't my ideal spot, but it was up some. And this one guy, well, somebody was too far over, so I would have had a seat, but my brother wouldn't have had a seat. So I went out to the concession stand because my brother was at a concession stand. I was like, "Yo, listen, I can tell the people to scoot down. We can take these empty seats behind us and see whatever happens happens, or we can just sit at the bottom." I was like, what do you want to do? I was like, me personally, I don't feel like arguing with nobody, or I don't feel like going through none of that. I was like, I don't feel like it's worth it. We already in here. It is what it is. So cutting this story in half, we ended up sitting down in the front and down there front row, big ass RPS screen like this the whole time, like flinging around like a muppet and shit. Like I'm seeing what's going on, and I'm knowing that I'm there. I'm knowing that I'm watching Sinners. I'm like, wow, this movie looks amazing. It looks so cool. Like I'm down there suffering, man. I'm like, all right. Oh, you talking? Oh, okay. All right. Well, now you talking at the same time. All right. Okay, it was you. Now it was you. Like, yeah, no, that was a lot. Um, So I think that kind of squandered my first viewing for it a little bit, but
Mm.
being in better seats the second time and in a bigger screen, one of the superior formats, yeah, this film it hit a lot different, and it felt like I was watching it for the first time. But yeah, you definitely got the superior viewing experience. That bar, not bar, that juke joint scene. I know we
Mhm.
keep tiptoeing on it, but let's stomp on it. This thing was incredible. It was like the song was great.
Mhm.
The yeah, it I don't know
The
what more can
song,
I
the
say about it.
dancing, the visuals. I actually
Mm-hmm.
felt the beat through the seat or whatever you want to call it, because I think they have like speakers in the seats, so you felt everything.
Yeah, like they like even bringing like influences of different cultures.
Oh
into
yeah.
the into it. Like it was beautiful. It was such a beautiful scene. The sound was great. Yeah, him setting the roof on fire, then burning the house down.
And
Amazing. Um, and you're
it just
right.
shows how much we are connected as a people. I love that.
No, man, and yeah, and the commentary that was going on during the scene when it was explaining how some like we have the ability to
Hmm.
channel past, present, and future with our ability to play music.
Yep.
Dog, that was wicked, man. That was great. And then much to B's credit, when it zooms out and it's Rennick standing outside with that look in his eyes, that, like B said, that that look of awe.
Hmm.
Like, man, like, yeah,
They
that
did
that
not
was
care that they
amazing.
were all black. Remick was like, "Let's unite."
Yeah. And then Rennick and that crew was talking about pick poor Robin clean, pick
Mm.
poor Robin clean. And that jaybird.
Not gonna hold you. They was getting down on them banjos, okay?
Yo, for real, those are in that jaybird. It was in there cutting up, yo. With that
Everything.
damn guitar. Yeah, but yeah. So the music was great in this movie. The viewing experience, man, I do encourage y'all to see in IMAX. The performances, they were great. The direction was great. The sound design was great. B, is there anything else that we didn't talk about yet in terms of this movie before we jump into the rating?
Um, I loved the plus size representation
Mm-hmm.
as one of the main characters who was so important to the film. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Annie. Okay, and like I said, I can't really pronounce her name, but oh, now I can't find it either. Wanmi Mosaku.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was a lot of. I think she really nailed that role. She did a really good job. There were a lot of people having like some type of controversy about her playing the role that she did because they're like, "Oh, Danielle Brooks could have played a better character than her." But it's like she did what she was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. And she
I
did a
loved.
phenomenal job too.
She
Phenomenal.
did. I loved her character as a hurt. She was a hurt woman who basically lost the love of her life, who left her and lost their baby.
Mm-hmm.
But she was still standing strong and resilient and doing whatever she could for the community with what little bit she had. So she was one of my favorite characters in the movie.
And I like how they showcased her romance with Smoke, and then how that
Hmm.
kind of had contrast with
The relationship that
Stack
Stack
and
had
and
with
Haley Steinfeld.
yep.
Yeah, like I like how they kind of paralleled each other, but then they kind of like were the same in a way because
Hmm.
these were both men who loved these women but didn't know how to tell them or were afraid
Hmm.
to tell them. And it's like, oh, you gonna make me say it? Would you want me to say that? Like that's what you're waiting for me to say? Like,
Hmm.
and they cared so much about these women that they knew that they were dangerous and wanted to stay away from them so that they wouldn't
Because
hurt them,
right,
but
because
still never forgot them, still loved them deeply. And
they
that's
knew that pain followed them. So why would they want to
mhm,
bring somebody that they love into the pain that follows them?
right. And so it showed like a really good love story with those four individuals. And
Hmm.
that's one of the things I liked as well about this movie. And performances
Hmm.
were um were really good. I could not get that word was beating my ass.
It was.
Yeah, yeah, 6 sinners.
Get
Like,
it together, Porky.
nah, somebody really did turn into a real stutter, and I got scared. Like, true story, there was a lot of fear going on over here at the time. Like, I thought I was not gonna stop. I said, "Fuck, I can't get the word out. Shit,
You're like,
what
please
am I gonna
stop.
do?" The bit's going on a lot longer than I anticipated. We are two stutters past the appropriate limit, and then you was like, "All right, Dave, we get the point." Like, no, that was authentic. I was afraid.
Look at the comment that just came in.
Wait, which one? Ah, that's
The
the way Remick hit that. Oh, hold on, let me show it to you guys. The way Remick hit that river dance was clean as fuck. Not gonna lie, I'd have to challenge him to dance. But yo, listen, that river dance was clean. That shit was clean. I ain't never seen. And then I watched the Emperor's New Groove 2 with the Kronk's New Groove, and they had it was the Emperor's New Groove 1 when they was doing the damn river dance with them soldiers back there. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Oh, when they were singing the song Cusco, what's his name? And they was all right. Well, anyway, that was a smooth river dance I've seen, and it was a cartoon. I didn't think you could do something that smooth in real life, and damn it, Rennick did the fuck out that damn
Yo.
man. And yeah, like nobody else could keep up either. So like that was an authentic ass river dance. Like
Oh yeah, that was all him.
that was authentic. Michael B. Jordan in the background trying to catch. Mike, sit down, sit down.
You said they didn't pan over to him too often.
Right. Like, no, Michael, we want to see Creed 4 still, okay? Like, relax, relax. All right, we
Fantastic
still
Four
want to see if
too.
you show up in the Avengers movie or something. Relax. Like,
Right.
nah, but yeah, nah, that John was clean, man. And yeah, nah, is there anything else really about this movie? I know there's a lot, honestly, to touch on this movie. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to keep y'all here all night. There's a lot of stuff to touch on in this movie. And it's just like I said earlier, it's just such a layered movie, and it's really good. Like I really did enjoy this movie. Oh, doubling back to the music, the score for this movie is like hands down one of my. It's gonna go down as one of my favorite music scores because the way Ludwig Garson, I believe I'm saying his name correctly. He's the composer that works with Ryan Coogler on damn near every project that Ryan Coogler does. His composition skills are amazing. I love when I see his name attached to a project. Him and Michael Giacchino. I love seeing those two names attached to a movie in terms of the score. Count me in. All right, that was a bit of a tangent, but the score was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember how I felt the first time I heard the score that played over the on-screen introduction of the Smoke and Stack twins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I remember that feeling. I got that feeling a little bit the second time because it's like the way the music. Oh, it's just amazing. It's amazing. You just gotta watch it for yourself. It's amazing. Um, but yeah, I love the score. I listen to it like just casually, and so I'm riding around blasting Western music. Like I'm sitting here riding around blasting guitars and shit. Um, and there's the actual soundtrack to this movie as well, with actual songs, with artists and stuff like that. In case a music score isn't your cup of tea, they do have a soundtrack for this movie. In the vein of what they did for Black Panther and Creed and stuff like that, there is a soundtrack for this movie. It has an original song by Haley Steinfeld. It had the "You Lied to Me" song, the one that was playing in the juke joint. It
Mm-hmm.
has let's see, it has it's another song that played during the movie that's on the soundtrack too.
What is the
Um,
traveling song?
No, not the traveling song. It was the one that was. It was like, like it, something like that. I don't know. It's on the soundtrack when you hear it, but the soundtrack is out, so definitely give it a listen. It's really good. I do enjoy it. You get all the songs from the movie. And then of course, like I said, some original songs by some artists who were tapped to make songs for the project. So definitely check that out. Um, I don't know, anything else?
No. Just make sure if somebody comes to your house and they ask you invited in, tell them no.
You said that as your door creaks open and scares the hell out of me over here. Just remember, if someone tries to come in your door, just say no. You hear you go, bye guy. Damn. And that's the other thing about this thing too. It did honor vampire tradition by you have to invite them in order for them to come in. Like that's a rule people oftentimes forget to mention. But a vampire can't just walk into your house. You gotta say, "Oh yeah, come on in."
Right.
And that's why they disguise themselves as different people. Like, hey man, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, let me in, man. How you doing? Yeah. But it's always in the form of a question. It's always, can I come? Like they have to ask for permission.
Right.
And that's to ask for permission. And you'll notice that when you watch Sinners, it was never just, hey, I'm going inside. It was always, even when Haley Steinfeld's character got possessed or got turned into a vampire, she was just like, so he's gonna sit there, he's gonna let me in. Form of
Oh,
a
right.
question.
And cornbread gonna be like, girl, come on in.
Yeah, exactly. So it's in the form of a question. Even when Cornbread came around, like, all right, well, let me, can I come on in? You gonna let me in? And
Right.
then even when Grace's husband was turned to a vampire, he said, or you can just let me in. You know what I'm saying? Or I can come in.
Right.
So it's always in the form of a question. So it had to be a request from them to come inside. So that's just something to remember about vampires in case you guys ever encounter some.
Right.
Although if they found you at your home, then 9 times out of 10 you don't know they're a vampire until they're biting on your neck, draining your blood, and turning you into a creature of the night. So.
And this is why black people don't invite people to their houses. If you come over unannounced, no, you
Why
cannot
are you
come in.
letting
I
people in
am
my
at
house?
home. Right.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, Sinners was great. Definitely go see it.
Only
That's all
only
I got to
character
say.
I feel bad for.
Huh?
Only character I feel bad for was the
Oh,
man who got into the corn liquor and they threw him outside.
oh yeah, man. All he did was fall in some corn liquor, and they thought he was dead. Yeah, he was the reason everybody had to eat them damn garlic cloves. That was funny. Yeah. All right. So I guess we can get to ratings then. B, what's your rating for this film? Oh, did B disappear? I don't know what happened to B. Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna give my rating for
My
this.
fault. I'm back.
Okay. All right.
Say
Oh,
bye to the children. My fault. Um. So my rating, I would give it a 4.8 out of 5.
okay.
Only because, like I said, I just needed more backstory for some of the characters. But other than that, overall, it was a really good film.
Okay. Great. 4.8 out of 5. Valid reason. Excuse me. Excuse me. Valid reason. Me, I talked this film up a lot. And I do. I love this film. It's gonna sweep at award season, I hope. I do hope to see this movie do a good sweep at award season. Um, it's such a great film. It's a phenomenal film. I think it's really good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but neither time that I watched this movie did I think that. And don't shoot me. I'm not taking nothing away from this movie. I'm not taking
No,
nothing away from
sir.
this movie. This is one of the greatest movies of all time. But it's only one of the greatest movies of all time. Okay, and it is a
Originally.
good movie. It is a very good movie. It's a really good movie. But I will say, and in all honesty, I will say that I do feel like it was a bit overhyped. It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, but again, it was still a really good film, like a very good movie. To me, it just wasn't great. It was very good. And it is. I love everything about this movie. I love it. Some of my problems though that I had was that like even there were some things that happened that kind of felt like they just came out of the blue and happened. And it's just
Mhm.
like, okay, now we're here now. Like when I first saw the juke joint sequence, it's a phenomenal sequence. It clean came the fuck out of nowhere. But it was a great viewing. Oh, now there are break dancers in here. Okay. Oh, all right. Now there's what the fuck is all this? Okay, all right. I'm in for it though. I like it. So
See, I think it was too much for you visually at that point.
yeah, I guess, especially with me being so close. Maybe I was just mad. Maybe I was just mad I
Because
was that close the first time. Because
if
like
you
I said, when I saw it
listen,
the second time, I was like, oh,
because if you listen to the
wow, that this.
narration, the going on while the song is being played, there's actually someone talking over what is going on.
Oh, you saying the narration for it?
Yeah, while everything's going on, and they're telling you like the backstory of how music brings generations together and can cross the time and space or whatever. There's like
Yeah,
a
no,
whole
I got that. I heard
explanation.
all that, and I understood all of that. But it's just like when it started, it just came out of the blue. And then I
Hmm.
wasn't prepared for the visuals. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's like it felt so. It felt so different from everything else I saw in this movie up to that point.
Hmm.
But that's what makes this movie really good because that could have went wrong so easily, but it is
Right.
woven so well. And if this is an example of what Ryan Coogler can do with an original idea, I think it can only get better from here. This is his for a lot of people, this is his magnum opus. For a lot of people, himself included, and I do not take that away from him. It is his magnum opus. It is his really good magnum opus, and I believe that after this movie, he will make his great magnum opus. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's where I am with this movie. So that said, I give this movie um, a solid 4.7 out of 5. 4.7 out of 5.
Okay.
And it's not like I wrestled with this decision. I do want to be honest with y'all. I didn't wrestle with this decision very much. I didn't feel conflicted about it very much.
Hmm.
The moment I got done watching this movie the first time, I said, well, it was really good. While I'm watching it, and I'm not bashing it. Like I said, it deserves every accolade that it can possibly get. It deserves all the money it's getting. It deserves all the praise. It deserves to be on that 100% on Rotten Tomatoes since pre-release. Like it's this movie's not to be fucked with, and it very much can start a new era in black media. This between this and One of Them Days that came out with Kiki
Hmm.
Palmer and SZA, like two very different movies, but stick with me here. I think we in a little bit of a black assance.
A Black Assance. I love
A
that.
black assance. We got another scary movie
Listen,
coming
I'm
out
about
next
to
year with the
say the
Waynes.
Waynes have control of the scary movie franchise. I know they're supposed to be coming out, which I keep talking about, which you still need to watch. Another remake of People Under the Stairs, which was a very black movie.
They
Um,
got they got a lot of it, man. And then I feel like too, like we in a good era, period, because we even starting to get comedy movies back in theaters.
mm,
What? The Naked Gun? It's
oh
crazy.
yeah,
So I don't know, man. But take all that white stuff out of here,
yeah.
and light it up like Smoke did before he reached his
Okay.
baby at the end of the movie. Had to wipe that white shit up out of here. That shit was hilarious too. Um, yeah, nah,
Black and me.
I feel like we're about to start a Black Asylums. Like I feel like we're in the early stages of a Black Asylums. So I don't know. I could
I'm
be
here
wrong
for
though.
it.
Could be wrong. Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm here for it. And if you guys are also here for it, make sure that we can all be here for it together. Okay, and the best way to do that is to make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Rock with us. I'm gonna be doing my absolute best to keep pumping out reviews more consistently. I got another one lined up to do this week, so stay tuned for that. Um, Instagram, I ain't forget about y'all either. I got many reviews lined up for y'all. I'm just putting the
Mm-hmm.
schedule together. Thunderbolts will be the next time you see me um,
And me.
for a major movie. And B, next time you see me and B, will be together on this here YouTube channel. We'll be
Shut the
sounds
hell
like you
up.
gonna see us together on the Twitch channel. Like, come on now. Gaming and shit. Come on now. Y'all watch the game streams. But next time you see us here on screen, just the two of us on YouTube, is gonna be for the Thunderbolts review. So if you enjoy our dual reviews and stuff, make sure you tune in to that review, the Thunderbolts, which will be coming after it comes out in theaters and after we see it. So stay tuned. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, that's all I got though. Sinners was really dope. Go see Sinners. Go see it. Go see it.
Yep.
And when you see it, let me know what you think about this movie. Let me know the format that you saw it in, and if Ryan Coogler's video influenced you to see it in a different format. Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like button. I can't do
Hit
this.
that like button, like and subscribe to Real Life's BrickWall. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, or X, as formerly known, Twitch, and maybe fan base. And until then, be easy, stay breezy.